Hi guys, so what I've got here is my Bang and Olufsen television. It's a Beocenter one, I think it's also known as a Beovision one. And the thing about with these TVs when they're released is they came with a contrast screen on the front. And for normal TV viewing in a bright room, these may be reduced glare or reflections. But in 2022, when these televisions are mostly used for retro gaming, probably in a somewhat darkened room, things like brightness and sharpness are probably more important than reducing glare. And so removal of this contrast screen, actually the screen looks better. It's brighter, and I'm going to leave it off. The other thing, other issue I have with it is some of my light guns don't seem to work properly with it. And I suspect it's because of the contrast screen. So what I've got here is basically just a quick tutorial on terms of how to remove that screen. As you see, it's removed now. So if we go around the back of the television, I've literally just had the back off. So the TV has 4 screws that hold the back on. There's 2 at the top here, just inside, and there's 2 further down. You can't really see it, but they're actually, are they? They're at, yeah, there they are, aren't they? So in there. So there's one either side there, and those take a Torx T20 bit. And then what happens is the whole back angles up like that, and then you can lift it off entirely. The kind of neck of the tube is in here, so you want to be quite careful. Make sure it goes off in a straight line. And then in each of the corners are these long screws. They go in kind of about here. And these have a Torx T15 bit on, and there's 4 in one in each corner. And if you take those screws out, basically the contrast screen at the front just kind of tilts forward. It won't fall off. I think it's designed so it can't just fall off when you remove those screws. You kind of shimmy it about a bit, jiggle it, move it up, and then it lifts off. And so, as I say, it was pretty straightforward actually. Obviously, do it with the power off, and be sensible not to touch anything in the back of the television because you don't want to get an electric shock. Last thing I thought I'd do was just show you the contrast screen and the effect it has. So I'm just going to bend down and pick it up. So if we just go to this white wall in the room I've got here, and then if I move the contrast screen in front, you can see the kind of loss of the white colour there. If you maybe have it here, white at the top, dulled underneath. I mean, the shadow probably doesn't help, but I think it's quite clear that the screen reduces the brightness. And these days, brightness is something we want in terms of nice crisp pictures. Because then if we can turn the brightness down, maybe the contrast with the blacks is slightly better as well. So yeah, I'm basically going to leave the front of the screen off now. The television without the screen actually looks fine. It's not quite as sleek as you might have with the contrast screen on. But as I say, I'm going to keep this way now. For anyone who also wants to do this to their Bang & Olufsen televisions, hopefully this is useful because I don't think it's particularly well documented online, but it's a pretty easy one. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you soon.